How's it going, guys? My name is Splattercat, and welcome back to the next episode of our Warlock Master of the Arcane playthrough. Where we left off, things were definitely heating up. It was getting hot in here, but we are not going to take off all our clothes. We are going to remain fully clothed and armored. Not to go too far into pop culture music references, I think that one's a little behind the curve, though. That one's way behind the curve. Now, we do have this little flock of bats that are kind of encroaching into our territory, and I don't appreciate that much. So, oh, that's right, our melee units can't attack flyers, so that's another reason by which we may need some more archers. So what I'm going to do now is, since our money situation and our food have grown a tad, I am going to get some hunters going so that we can protect ourselves from the bats that are basically inevitably going to show up from our undead foes. Over here, you'll remember that that group of random mobs that we were supposed to fight off had taken over Grave Gloom, which actually is a good thing. That's a very good thing, because now Rajak is going to spend his time trying to advance and retake what he's already lost. He's not going to dedicate his forces fully into a throwdown with us right now, so that's good. That's going to be a plus side for us, but I think this turn pretty much had everything resolved, as I recall. And over here, do we have anything going on? Nope, everything's okay over here. And so what I think I'm going to do is we're going to go through some of these indicators over on the right just to make sure. Let's look at the diplomat. Oh, we have another human on the board. So let's go to our diplomacy menu and let's talk with Nicholas Frost, because we're at peace with him right now and we're at war with all of his enemies. So this gives us a lovely little opportunity to get our foot in the door with him. So I'm going to offer a non-aggression pact, and we'll send that over, and next turn we should hear back about that. And what we'll do now is we'll just pass this turn. Now, we are ticking down on mana at the moment. Ooh, and he just dropped a, who dropped a fireball? Either they dropped a fireball or Rajak dropped a fireball. Either way, though, it's going to be very, very useful to us. That's awesome that he decided to take a cheap shot on those bears and let them kind of dwindle and wither away, as the elves do as they go to the west. Anyways, away from nerdery. I'm going to avoid nerdery at this given time, and it looks like we're getting double teamed up on by bears right now, which, you know, you think your day's going pretty bad with one group of bears, and then a second group of bears shows up and just makes it that much worse. Somebody in this group must have jinxed it and been like, today can't get much. That's the only way. One of these little soldiers down here was like, today can't get much worse, and that's exactly what happened. He jinxed it. So now that the combat is concluded up here, oh, he's got ghost wolves now. Okay, so let's fall back to our hovels here, and it looks like we're about to get rolled out on. So we'll put some arrows on the ghost wolves for now, because I don't want them anywhere near us at full strength. We want them to lose a substantial amount of health before they get anywhere near our capital. And so there's a little bit of damage. I'm going to reroute. Ooh, this is a tough decision. So let's fight with his hero first and foremost. And I realize I could have put that on the bats, but the bats I don't think are going to do that much damage. Yeah, they only do 5 damage if they're at full strength. They only have 6 health. They're not that terrifying, so they're going to be a secondary concern. And then we should also consider wiping this guy out if indeed we can, although I think pushing them back like that was probably a bad idea on my part. Let's have them just shift forward and see if they can hide there. I am going to take a magic spell, and let's just, how much HP does he have left? He has no elemental resistance, and he has 1 HP, so let's just take a lesser Shadow Bolt. Nah, lesser Fireball's cheaper. We'll just drop that on him. And farewell, hero of my enemy. Go away, and actually he's going to die. And if this was actually an undead force that we were facing off against, you would assume that he would resurrect somehow. And what can you fire at him? Oh, these are defensive perimeters. Okay, I thought these just baseline beefed up the defense of your city and let you shoot farther. But these are actually kind of interesting. I may consider putting one on each corner just in case. As you can see, I am still I'm pretty new to the game. I've got the basic tenets. I've got the basic feeling of the game down, but there's certain things that I've never had the opportunity to throw down with. Certain gameplay aspects that have shown up, and what are these? Vampires? That's no good. 16 and 28 health. You've got to be kidding me. And so they're pretty much immune to everything but melee, it looks like. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back. And why can't you go right there? What has happened here? Has he been slowed? Going through all of his buffs and debuffs? No. Now I would assume that he could go down into... Oh, it's count as a forest hex, even though it removed the forest for the pigs. Okay, so it's still going to count against us. So what I'll do is I'm going to start moving people out of the line of fire, because I feel like Rajak is very likely to start throwing down all kinds of a shitstorm of hellish destruction over here just to get Grave Bloom back would be my guess. These guys I don't think are going to come after me right now. They may, based on what the AI does with this gap right here, but I don't like where we're at the moment, so I don't want to get caught up in a battle between two sides and end up with all kinds of problems. And the Lord will leave your service the next turn. I wonder if he'll pop to one of my enemies, because it would be worth it to hire him just to get him away from my enemies, but our gold is not so good at the moment, and that would deplete me a little bit, as well as his upkeep is 8 gold, so then we'd be back in the situation we were before. So I guess I'm just gonna not do it. I'm not gonna do it. We do need soldiers, which makes the whole thing tempting. The fact that we do need a little bit bigger of an army, and I don't really like our army situation. I'm trying to get the clicker off, but there's a mob like everywhere, so what can you do in these situations? Our wolves are healing. Let's take a look over here. Anything awful going on over here? Everything appears to be okay in this way. Let's see what Nicholas Frost said to us, because I'm hoping he has a response. And actually, we have even more mobs coming in, so I guess I'll step down to here. Yeah, let's bring them down to here so that if they want to take a shot at my warriors, they have to step close enough to get blasted by the moon. Which, that makes it sound like the moon has some kind of crazy death ray installed upon it. Some kind of satellite installation of destruction, but for the purposes of this turn, let's see what Nicholas Frost said. Ah, good, non-aggression. So let's go talk to him one more time. And since we're on such good terms, we're going to bring him back up and talk to him one more time. And we're going to declare an alliance between the humans versus the enemy. And so hopefully he'll come back and be like, yes, that's in our interest. I'm at war with tons of people. Please help me. And it looks like... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I thought we had to wait a turn, but... The diplomatic situation. So he made peace with Rajak, so that kind of sucks, because that may put us in a situation where he's going to be... Oh, good, they went that way. He's going to be... Oh, they did. They tried to get a little bit of an attack off. I don't know why they decided to do that. And if they attack, what happens? Oh, they get wiped out is what happens. That's right, bud. That's what happens when you step inside my territory. Bring your whack-ass bats up in here and watch them get dropped. So, the bear is now going to push this way. He really wants to eat my soldiers. He's been kind of a jerk, as bears are known to be. And we're going to have to figure out some way to get rid of him. So he's got a massive force coming down here towards Bulgaria. Let's bring a hero out this way, see if we can get him a little bit of action here. And then we will heal them this turn, because they are going to be forced to actually... Let's step them out, and then we'll step them in. So they're forced to bash up against this wall of highly trained soldiers before they can get anything done. They may come down here and try and fight with these archers. As you can see, the damage archers are going to do towards undead units is very minimal. Very, very minimal. It's not going to help us out much. Now, in the absence of Rajak, I'm going to bring all of my troops over here to the west to defend. And actually, he's coming at me from just a myriad of directions. He's coming at me from every orientation that we can ever imagine. And so I will leave... God. He actually appears to have a pretty good force going, and now our archers are finished. So I will bring them out this way, and let's get started queuing up some more goodies. So we've got warriors here. I'm just going to keep queuing up a number of warriors, and I believe down here I'm able to produce something. So if we can produce it, we should be producing it at this point. Can't produce anything there. Do we have any buildings here? No. Nay, we do not. So let's take our arrows and fire on the bears once more, because honestly they have to go. And it looks like we've got even more bears, and I'm tempted to push this way, but honestly I can't afford to have my units fighting too much over here with bears. So I'm just going to send the wolves over. Hopefully they get something done. And I'm going to start falling back with everything, because I need to secure my inner borders, because this gent over here, Mr. Blue, is just coming after us like crazy. So we will do that. Oh, and looks like they've been ousted. So we're going to lose these warriors next turn. I can virtually guarantee those warriors are toast. And so hopefully this bear decides to fight with these wolves, but if he doesn't, that's going to put us in a little bit of a situation. It may become a little bit frustrating. I am going to bring my settlers out here because they're eating up resources as it stands, so maybe we can get something built like right there in the swamp if we really, really luck out. And other than that, good, he's accepted our alliance. And so let me talk to him and see if there's a way that I can get him to declare on anybody else. So,
how are you,
No, I don't want to declare war. That's not what I wanted. I thought that was going to let me be like, declare war on who? And I could be like, well, you should probably fight my enemies with me because, you know, things are getting kind of nasty for the humans out here. I don't know if you've noticed, but our people are kind of being overrun by a ridiculous gaggle, a swoggle, a ridiculous horde of undead. Like, look at all this. Look what we are up against on our borders. It is getting wild up in here. It is getting wild and crazy, and I'm not sure how we're going to do it. I'm not really sure. So now let me just use this to pan through my troops. We do have some extra wolves down here. Let's get them rested, and in the next turn we'll have them come all the way up to the north here, and we'll use them to fight any invaders. Because I get the feeling that our lichy friend over here, our bitchy lichy friend in this region, is really trying to push and take some ground during the course of this fight. He's actually being a lot more aggressive than I expected, and so we're going to have to kind of play on D this turn. So let's see what happens, and hopefully we survive it all. And yeah, I think he's just going to fight with these guys down here. I think Rajak has bigger problems than us. Now, over here, I kind of wish that it was showing what the hell was occurring. Oh, he's trying to drive me out. Fantastic. Lovely. Great. Oh, good. And those units appear to be retreating, so he may be... Well, the AI tends to do this when it's about to declare, well, a ceasefire, possibly. Is he going to take a shot at us? Oh, he's going to take a shot at our archers. Okay, that's fine. Our archers have great range resistance. They don't really care. You can shoot at them all you want. You're really not going to get anything done. One damage at a time. They're persistent. They try. And so we got eaten by wolves there. It teleported my view. Did they kill our guys, though? No. And so King Lich is going to push once more from the north. Okay. And so we lost that hero right there. That's what I assumed would happen. He was kind of surrounded. It's okay. It was expected. So expected losses are fine. It's the unexpected losses that I'm just not okay with. And so now, what level are his ghost wolves? Level 1? Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, good. And then we have enough for an attack, too. So let's go ahead. Oh, he's defending from a hill. He is defending from a hill. That is going to give him a huge defense boost, so we'll fall back to there. We're also going to take a shot at them. Although I should probably move them out of range. That was probably the better option, but unfortunately... Now you, sir, will step in right here, and even though it's an uphill battle, I need you to drive them back, and you're going to be my hero. You can be my hero, to quote, was it, what band did that song? That ridiculous song that was always on the radio. I can't remember now, where they're talking about being people's heroes and stuff. I don't know. It was kind of a girly song. It's okay. And so, I don't know what I want to do with this troop just yet. If I want to flank over here, because that might be a bad idea. I guess I'll swing them up and in right here. And though I had a panic attack for just a moment there, I was like, whose wolves are those? They're mine. They're purple. They are wearing the colors of my people. And so now we have ghost wolves back there. And so we will bombard them heavily before they get any further into our territory. And I'm not going to sally out to fight them. I could take these warriors and drive them from our city, but I'm not going to risk it right now. I think what I am going to do is I'll bring this unit up as maybe a distraction, quite possibly. Oh, he's still got attack left. Good. And the wolves are not dead. That's unfortunate. But distraction, distraction, distraction. That was the only point of him anyways. Now, we've fought ourselves to kind of a standstill over here. Yes. And while I would like to see these settlers get moved in, I think these bears are going to be a problem. How much attack and defense do they have? So they've got some melee resistance, they've got some attack, basically more than my warriors have. So we'll just have them rest for this turn. I think I've got a caravel full of soldiers over here somewhere too. So let's rest that caravel, and then we'll have them embark. I knew I was missing something. We'll have them embark. I need to have everybody back to their best before we get ourselves into any more scrums, because I get the distinct feeling that we're getting ganged up on here. I don't know if these two have an alliance. Let's check. Let's take a look and see. And it looks like he has a non-aggression pact. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a tag team fight. This is in no way going to be a singular mono a mono or mono a skeleton or mono a phalange or however you want to say it. In no way is this going to be a fair fight. They are definitely trying to gang up on me right now. We have some dog pilage going on, so it is what it is. Let's increase their power because why not? Let's be offensive. If we can't be... Oh, he leveled 2. So let's give them a bit more attack as well, because there's a giant squid over here that's just ruining my day. There is a large, well, I mean, there is a large sea creature that is just raining terror on me, and I believe that's about where I want to be for the duration of the turn. I'm going to start clicking through things though, just to make sure. Those warriors haven't moved just yet.
Attention.
They haven't moved either, but that's because they're neighbored with a bear. So let's bring them back into the town so that if the bear decides to be a jerk, he'll have to go up against our city. And I'm just going to pull all my troops away from this fight over here. Hopefully the bear will get distracted by skeletons. Do bears like bones? They're kind of dog-like, so they might do that kind of Fido-esque like thing where they chase bones. It could happen, you never know. And then we will pass this turn. Oh, unless he retreats like a big weenie. What are you doing, man? Don't retreat. I need you there. I need you to distract the bears. He's like, that's not my job. I'm not going to distract the bears. And he really, really, really wants Bulgaria. For whatever reason, I can tell already, he is going to push Bulgaria as hard as he, I was going to say humanly, but as hard as he supernaturally can. There we go. That sounds about right. And what is this wizard going to do? Nothing? He's just going to walk around my borders? There it is. I was going to say, what does a wizard do? He blows us up, apparently. He causes all kinds of trouble, and I'm going to get rid of that group of ghost wolves if I can. What is this bear doing? I think we've established that the bear can just have that territory. We're just going to let him have it because they're spawning too damn quickly for us to do anything. And so we've re-embarked now. We've got another quest notice coming up. I'm going to get everybody as healed up as possible. And this whole group is going to the Eastern Front. This entire grouping of soldiers, I'm going to disband them because they're just eating up resources for right now. So why keep them alive? Why keep them around? And we've got one turn till our next group of warriors. That works out great. That's good. That's fantastic. That's what I want to see. I'm not going to fight with these bears right now. I'm actually going to start our eastward march to fight off King Lich in this Battle of the Titans over here. And now I want to be careful about the way in which I conduct this next little section of the campaign. This is going to be very important over here, and I don't want to mess it up. Now I know for a fact that I want my bombardery to go after the wolves, because if we can kill them off, damn it. Are you serious? Oh, I'm so frustrated right now. I could have checked that, I could have preempted it, but I didn't. And I guess I'll just try and fight them front to front, and I really hate the fact that you can't right-click things off when you're moused over something else. It's very frustrating to me. And we've got Paladins of Death. Let me guess, are they in my borders? Of course they are. Of course they are. They couldn't spawn like over here in his territory. They've got to be coming after us. I feel like there's got to be some level of conspiracy occurring in this whole setup. And so I bet he is probably going to take a decent amount of damage if and when we decide to go after him. But for now, let's see what we can do. Yikes. He is pretty... Is he oh, he's a hero. Okay. Alright, so that makes a bit more sense why he's going to be so cumbersome to defeat. But he's got no counterattack, so first things first, we know we can put arrows on him. And so that'll work out. I need to bring someone up to the north to fight with him. Although I don't really feel like I have anything in position to do anything of the sort right now. And so we'll drive them away from our lands. There we go. And we will have our ghost wolves come around, and they will finish the job. Very nice. And how many units does this guy have? Wow, he has a ton of units. And so I'm really thinking about just raining fiery death down upon everything he has. He's resistant to everything but spirit magic, which I don't think I've seen a spirit magic spell so far. And I think this bear is going to keep them occupied. In fact, that bear may consume them. He may finish them off, is a distinct possibility. I guess we'll run them out, and they'll be my front line, and then they'll step in. We'll also move them off to the right over there, although I could have let them get healed. And right here, I think I'm going to go with a resistance to melee, I think. The only reason I would ever take the movement buff at this point with this little unit right here is if it allowed me to attack one more time. If I could double attack, that would give me a nice little push by which to unseat my foes from my territory.
Attention.
But for now, we're going to leave it as is. And I don't really feel like... Yeah, I don't really want to give him the opportunity to sit and attack me like crazy. But then again, I don't want to sally out either, and I probably should have used... Yikes. We are between a rock and a hard place right now. That much is for certain. We need to get some buildings up and running. I could use a bit more production too. I feel like I'm not putting out units at a rate that I would really like, but that may be because I had so many units down here in the south locked away in such a ridiculous conflict with the bears.
Yes,
so it is what it is. Everybody's healed up though, so we're about to have a giant charge from west to east and from west to north. Oh good, my foes decided to play into my hands at least slightly and put some damage on them, so if they decide to march in a little fiery... How come nothing good ever spawns? Like, how come you never just get, like, errant knights that are running around? Everything is undead in this game. It might be because I'm missing a lot of, like, expansions and things, though. Okay, he's gonna take a shot at my wolves. That's fine. I accept that. That's gonna be a fruitless attack. Yeah, that was just an ass whooping right there, so that group was boned from the beginning. Okay, and so we held the line there against double attacks. I think somebody's trying to claim the reward on those, would be my guess. And they are just producing so many groups. What is he gonna do? I'm interested to see what his plan is. Is it our turn yet? God. There are so many just mobs around that are just causing problems for us. So let's bring our warriors up to there. We'll bring these warriors up as well. So we've got to get everybody on a large troop migration. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves in a lot of trouble. But he made the terrible mistake of being in between two cities. And so he's about to take a lot of damage. I'm just not going to let this fly. Can we not hit him from there? Nay? Okay, so it's too far for the ranking of that city. But I am just going to take this opportunity to just hector him. Just out of sight, out of mind. I want him gone. I don't want him alive. And there it is. So we've killed off another hero, which is amazing. The amount of damage it does to somebody's actual killing potential when you wipe out one of their heroes is immense. So if you ever had the opportunity to tackle a hero, you absolutely should. We'll also kill off his ghost wolves. Basically any way that we can deplete him, any way that we can kill his experience, because if you think about it like this, if you take the entire grouping of your units and you pool all their experience together, killing a unit is the largest way to detract from that number. If you just look at their effective killing power, you really, really, really want to destroy units. You don't want to let them escape so that they can regroup. And the wolves are going to take you out. That soldier's going to take you out. I'm going to move a hero forward right here and take you out. And in Stratego, this would be the point at which somebody's one just rolls out and does all kinds of damage. Did you guys ever enjoy Stratego? I always thought Stratego was amazingly fun. That was one of my favorite board games as a kid, and it's weird how understandable that game is, even for a youngster, even for someone that should really, for all extensive purposes, not understand the theme of the game, because it is a pretty complicated game. Still, it's a lot of fun for everybody, and it's a really good game. So if you've never played Stratego on the tabletop, I'm sure on a website somewhere they've got to have free Stratego that you could play, so you should definitely check it out. I'm going to drive these wolves away from my capital, because I don't want my capital, away from Bulgaria, because Bulgaria is precious to me. If you're one of my Bulgarian viewers, if indeed I have any Bulgarian viewers, your city is precious to me. I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to defend this land. This is your sacred home, and I'm on your side, buddy. Bro fist to the Bulgarian people. And so we can take a shot at this group of skeletons over here. It's not really going to do much. We're not going to kill them. It's just going to do a little bit of damage. And so let's just go and look at the construction we can do for this turn, because we are running low on time, unfortunately. We're at about the 30-minute mark. We're running a little long, so I don't want to bog this down too heavily. But what we may consider doing is we're getting 23 food from Boo. This is the perfect time to erect a mill. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll put a mill up right there, and 75% of that is going to be pretty substantial. That's going to be like 10 food that we're going to get out of it. It's going to be nice. Oh, never mind, 75% of 23. No, we're actually going to get a much larger grip than that. We're going to get probably, easily maybe like 14 or 15 food out of it, which will then just put our money production through the roof, which then allows us to hurry forward and complete our general task. So we've got another building ready to go. So let's get that a-rockin'. Now down here, I think I was just using this as filler, and we do have some barren hills right there, so I'm going to take this opportunity to... Yikes. This is going to expand in the next turn or so, and I want to give it the iron, and maybe we'll turn this into another production area is what I'm thinking of, because I don't feel like we're getting enough production done. So let's go ahead and, we'll turn this into a secondary production location, and as it expands, we'll do what we need to do so that we can produce fully equipped units from here and from the moon so that we can roll out on our foes. And all in all, everything said, I'm pretty excited with the way this turned out in this episode. I was really worried that they were just going to decimate us with that offensive they went on, but I'm liking the placement of our pieces. I'm liking where the chits are at. I'm liking how everything resolved itself. And so with that said, I'm going to call a close to this episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you'll join me for the next and hopefully the conclusion of this war, because this is getting a little rowdy. I'm not a warlike person in games like this. When I play Civ and things of that nature, I try to play peacefully, but they just want to play hardball in this game, so we will let it go. That all said, I'll see you guys next time, and take care, everybody.